So I was scrolling through some of my videos and looking for different ideas for what I wanted to cover, and I realized I never covered the DG58 LSW, which is the LMG version of the DG58. I was kind of caught off guard by that. This was my first weapon. I actually got gold in this game, and I never did a video on it. That's kind of a bad look on my part. Obviously, it's not one of the better overpowered options in the game, but it's still not a bad choice either. What I have done with this build is really limited the recoil. It's very easy to use, but on the trade-off, it is pretty slow because it is an LMG. Let's get into my attachments. So for an optic here, I'm going to call this optional because I've done both. I've used the iron sights and the optic here. So I'm using the MK3 reflector for the gameplay, but I've also used the iron sights and it felt pretty good as well. I'm going to leave this one up to you. If you want to run an optic, feel free to do so. If you want to run the iron sights, also feel free to do so. I'll give you another attachment option if you want to take off of the optic. So I wanted to jump over to the attachment that is going to replace the optic. If you decide to go with the iron sights, and I was using the overpressured rounds, you really can't go wrong with a lot of these ammo type options. But I was going with the overpressured, so feel free to run that if you're looking to take off of the optic. So an attachment we now are running is going to be a rear grip with the Varanus Steady Grip, giving you fire aiming stability, gun kick control, and recoil control at no sacrifice to the aim down sight speed. In this game, it takes away aiming idle sway, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't really notice that unless I'm really sitting there holding the left trigger, which I'm not the type of player to do that. I don't really sit there and hold lanes. I'm kind of always moving. I don't really notice that negative to the aiming idle sway, so this attachment just gives you far more than you actually lose. So we're getting into these statistics here, negative 10% to the gun kick control, negative 11.3% to the horizontal recoil control, and then negative 8% to the vertical recoil control with that attachment. For an underbarrel, I'm going with the SL Skeletal Vertical Grip, giving me aim down sight speed, vertical recoil control, gun kick control, and sprint to fire speed. So technically there is a better option here if you want virtually no recoil whatsoever, but it is going to slow down your weapon even further. So the SL Skeletal Grip does a good enough job for me, but if you want even less recoil control, you can go with the Bruin Pivot Vertical Grip here. You can see you are losing aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed, whereas the Skeletal Grip ends up giving it to you, but I tend to find a lot of success while just using the Skeletal Grip here. So we're looking at these statistics, negative 6.4% to the gun kick control, negative 1.2% to the horizontal recoil control, and negative 8% to the vertical recoil control. And we also get 4.2% added to our aim down sight speed. For a muzzle, I have the Stir 45 Sky Fury compensator. So as you guys know, I do like to run suppressors on a lot of my builds, but in this particular case, this weapon tends to be so slow that it's not likely that someone's going to be behind me with how you have to play with this weapon. Therefore, the suppressor isn't really necessary. Yeah, you might get chased a little bit, but a lot of the gunfights you're going to be taking are going to be far enough away that you have time to react to it. So I decided to go for more recoil control for my longer range fights over staying off of the minimap. You can go with a suppressor here. You can go with a suppressor that gives you recoil control, such as the Monolithic or the Colossus, but I find that you really don't need a suppressor on this weapon. And our last attachment is the Woody Long Barrel. That's a funny name for a barrel, but it is the best one that you can be running here, giving you aiming idle sway, bullet velocity, and damage range, along with recoil control and gun kick control. This is another one that's really going to slow down the weapon, but it is an LMG, and it performs a lot like an LMG. Slow, but very good, hits like an absolute truck. So looking at our statistics here, we are gaining 15% to our damage ranges, along with 18% to the bullet velocity. Then we get some minor additions to our recoil control there. So that extra damage range brings it up to 39.4 meters, with the high damage that it does give you at 33 for the upper and lower torso and 46 for a headshot there. So I'm not going to act like this is overpowered by any means. It's not, but it does do its job and it does it very well. In order to progress this thing up the meta, I think they would need to kind of adjust maybe the damage values, either that or the movement speed of the weapon. I would love to hear your opinion of that. How do you think that they need to buff this thing in order to get it on par with the rest of the weapons in the game? Personally, like I said, I think they either need to do one of two things, increase the movement or increase the damage. But right now, I don't think it's in a terrible spot whatsoever. Probably towards the bottom of the LMGs, but it's still very, very usable. Here's the rest of the loadout if you guys are looking to copy that down. Make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe button. As always, let's jump over into today's gameplay. Hope you guys enjoy. I just realized I've never actually done a video on the DG58 LMG, so we're doing that today. I've had this build literally for months. Like, I've had this thing basically since the game came out. No recoil. That's what we're targeting here. Bam. Good, two great examples. So, that being said, we also unlocked the EMP. So, with us having the EMP unlocked, I just heard one. I didn't hear one. With us having the EMP unlocked, the goal of the video is to get the EMP and the swarm. But that requires us to build up to our advanced UAV first. So, step number 1, advanced UAV. The EMP is a 13 gun streak, I believe. They keep coming from this way, so I'm gonna assume, yep, they spawn here. So this weapon doesn't have the fastest aim down sight speed, but I would also consider it to be the slowest of the LMGs. Like overall, I think it's like the slowest pace. So you don't really need the speed with it. You see what I mean by that? Like, it's a weapon that's much more slow paced, more methodical. Work your way around the map, and that's where you're going to get your success. It's not going to be heading into like straight on gunfights. Advanced UAV. That guy is 100% in the water. Okay, we're going to hit a flank. EMP system. Never used it, so this is where we're going to try it. This should flip the spawn out since we're here. Good shot. That stinks. Okay, EMP is out. Does that do anything to the sky? I want to see that. Oh, yeah, that's sick. That's freaking sick. This guy is just hanging out in the water. Look at him. This is what you call a rat. Like, he's an actual sewer rat. If you guys can imagine, like, Ratatouille hanging out in a sewer, that's that guy. If you are that desperate for kills that you find yourself laying in the water, 4 kills, that's on you, brother. You saw me. You have a knife. They spawning here? I don't think they're spawning here. I think that was just a straggler. I think that was the old spawn. Okay, let's... Oh, that's a god nade right there. I wasn't even trying for that. But let's hit this route right here. I believe this is where they're gonna spawn. Boy, was I right. I didn't know this was a spawn location. Oh my god, yeah. Boy, is it ever. When it comes to those engagements, they freak me out, because if they start strafing a little too much, I'm in danger. I'm about to be in the lion's den. F it. We're out of the lion's den. For now. Oh no! Dude, I was about to check right there. The second I got my kill, I was about to peek my head up to make sure I wasn't gonna get shot from there, and exactly that happened. Got a guy behind us here. Oh, our whole team whipped. Where'd this guy go? Does he think he's gonna get slick? There he is. He thought he was getting slick with it. Okay. Somebody's running crap gas. Crap gas is a no-go. Let's get out of here. I still need to get that swarm. In order for this video to be successful, we got to get the swarm. Because that was what I said. EMP and swarm. We got the EMP side of things done. I'm dead. I'd rather die to just about anything else. This guy keeps hitting flanks. I'd rather die to just about anything else than a dual-wield weapon. To be honest. He went for a humiliation. What a rat. How are these guys sneaking through so much? Homeboy went for a humiliation. My teammate stared at him. Guess what? You want to humiliate me? Now I'm pissed. Now I'm mad. And what we're going to do is absolutely torment them. That stinks. That just stinks.
Take me later.
I thought for sure I was getting that kill, but I couldn't penetrate that wall. That's a little sus. Gonna be honest. What I just said was a little sus. I'll own up to it. We're sitting right here. We just saw him. Yeah, you gonna jump up? Stop being a rat. Get out of the corner.
Target down. Throwing grenade. Switching mags.
Okay, so looks like I need 4-ish kills. Make that 2 kills. This is kind of how you gotta play. Play around objectives. Play slow, play methodical. Use the gun to its advantages. Simple as that. Simple as that. My whole team's here, so I'm gonna group up with them to make sure I don't die. Do you have a grenade? Oh, we got one there. I did not want to throw that, but sure. I don't see... Oh my god, look at that. There we go. EMP. You guys gonna chase?
Changing mags.
I need 1 kill for a swarm. If I get the swarm, this is a successful video. Remember that. Choking's out of the option here. Choking is not an option. I knew you'd want to peek that. You got your ego in your hand. Right there. Now guess what? You guys are about to get a swarm on your forehead. So what the EMP does in this game that's kind of cool is it makes it so the enemies can't tell if it's a teammate or an enemy. It's kind of cool, actually. Like, I'm with that. They shoot at each other, basically. And this swarm's going in. Absolutely going in. But unfortunately, that is something that will happen, is if you're aggressive, it will kill you. I wasn't going for a nuke, so I didn't care. Since I wasn't going for a nuke, I had not a care in the world.
Target down.
You gonna peek me?
Enemy is down.
Good shot. Good shot, Megan. Hit me with the quick scope. We're gonna win this game too. Not of any help to me. I guess my streak's out, but it definitely wasn't of any help of my own in the objective category. They gotta push it if they want to win, so we're gonna stay here. I'm very flashed. Mr. Dual Swarms. Got Megan. Oh my god. Line up for me. Thank you. 71 kills. Swarm. 2 EMPs. 2 advanced UAVs. W.